What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and as you see the title, we have a little bit more Konosuba news to talk about. Now, if you didn't know, the game has actually dropped in New Zealand and Australia, and actually happened last night. Now, a lot of us were hanging on with bated breath, waiting to see if this meant that the US version was dropping as well, but it seems like it didn't happen. So, unless it's going to happen maybe sometime later this evening or something like that, we just don't know at this juncture. So it seems like that version might actually even be ahead of this version, or honestly, I don't know. You still need a VPN to play that version of the game, so I haven't found one that works with it that I can use on my phone. So unfortunately, at this juncture, we're still kind of in the dark on a number of things. But today we're going to talk about a couple things that were confirmed. Some good, some bad, and some interesting about Konosuba. Yeah, the Fantastic Days game. The one that's really we've been hyping for a little bit of time, that is slated to come out here really soon. So, first let's get down to it. Let's talk about summons, because that is kind of the big thing. Now, a lot of people are going to ask, how do you reroll in this game? And rerolling is like the easiest, most insane thing in the world. But first, we're going to actually do some summons, and notice here this is a 4-star guaranteed. There's a couple different banners here apparently on this version, but we're going to do a couple of quick summons here, and then we're going to talk about basically how you would reroll if this pull wasn't very good. So actually, something I want to do mention here, if we go back here a little bit in this footage, you'll notice we got a yellow ticket there, we got 2 gold tickets, and a rainbow ticket. That means we are getting a 4-star unit. That's actually pretty awesome. So let's see what the 4-star unit is. Okay, there's 2-star Iris. Footage is a little slow, my apologies. So 2-star Celio, 2-star Amy, 2-star Union. She kills me, by the way. She's absolutely hilarious. Okay, here's our first 3-star. Okay, we got Megumin. We got a Megumin 3-star unit. That's good stuff right there. So remember, though, we're really hunting for a first. Basically, for our first one, we're hunting... Thief kills me. We're hunting for a 4-star unit, okay? So that is going to be what we're really looking for. And then we want to assess how good that 4-star is. So here's our 4-star. Okay, this is good stuff here. Explosion Megumin. That is absolutely awesome. As we're going to show here in just a few moments on our tier list, this unit is phenomenal to start off with. So let's go ahead and continue on. All right. So here's the 2-star. 2-star Kazuma. That is a little lackluster there. Now, I do want to say the art in this is actually pretty awesome. Okay, so we got a dupe of Megumin. That's pretty awesome. So I believe that's all of our summons. So those are all 10 of our draws right there. Okay, so I'm going to pause on this screen. So notice that it says some are new, some like Megumin are dupes, and that's fine. That is what it is. Now, that Explosion Megumin is phenomenal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up our tier list here. There's actually a definitive, shall we say, tier list for this game, and it's actually on the wiki. I'll put a link down below. So shout out to the Konosuba Fantastic Days wiki for this tier list. Now, I don't know how many of these units are actually going to be available at drop, and I know it is a bit small and a bit difficult to see over there, but once again, click a link for the wiki, and that will basically, you'll be able to see everything that I'm seeing here. So kind of, if we go down here, Explosion Megumin is right there. I've got her right there highlighted. A 9.5 inches, of course, a fire type, which would make sense for Megumin. So a 9.5. 9.5. That puts her, as far as their tier list goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the top. So if we had a pull like that, that would be phenomenal. That would definitely be worth holding on to. Okay, some other units that would be really awesome. So let's just basically consider anyone 9.5 and up to be, you know, absolutely substantial. So we've got Burglar Maid Chris. I can't necessarily bring the art up right now. Well, I wonder if this will bring the art up. There she is. There's her art right there. Let's see. Burglar Maid Chris. Let's see. Who else is down here? There's a couple of Chris units, actually, it looks like. Thief flying through the air, Chris. Hard to read from here. Axel Hearts. Celio. Here's another Celio unit. All right. Then we got Megamine. Then we got Erica. It looks like Axel Hearts, Erica. So, I don't think any of these... No, these are not crossovers, I don't believe. I think crossovers are actually separate. I believe these are all just general to the game. Now, how many of these will be available at launch, we do not know. Unfortunately, we do not know whether this is going to be simultaneous with the JP version yet, or whether this is just going to start from scratch with the rest of us. I really do hope that it starts from scratch, because I do want that Damachi and that ReZero collab. I really want those. But, you know, who knows? We might have just missed the boat on that. And maybe it'll get a rerun at some point. Who knows what's going to go on with that. But let's go back up here a little further. So we've got an Erica unit, an Irish unit. She's 9.6. Let's see. Happy Maid Experience Amy. And then the top tier, 9.8, is this Melissa unit. So these are the units you really want to watch out for when you're re-rolling. And here's how easy it is to re-roll. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of it. But once you're in the game, and when you're actually, like, after you do your draws, if you go back to the main page, go to settings and go to your profile. In your profile, there's a little thing that's literally just going to say, remove account. It's that easy. Click remove account. You're just going to have to type remove account in a little dialog box, and literally what it does is it deletes your account. You go back to start, and you do it all over again. It really takes no time. There's actually other people that have done re-rolls on the Australian and New Zealand version of the game, and you could actually go look that up. Like, it takes them literally like minutes. It is one of the fastest re-rolls I think I've seen ever. Not the fastest ever, but one of. Like just top tier. Absolutely. Mwah. Hats off to you guys for basically how you handled that, because the ability to re-roll like that is just unbelievable. Because remember, when you start off this game, you really do want to start off with a 4-star, because it's going to make basically your initial grind, everything else, so much easier in the game. Now, a little bit of bad news that we do want to discuss, and I did kind of leave this for the end, and I don't want to end on a bad note, but the one thing that is a little wee bit frustrating is apparently, and I don't know if this is the latest update or if this is, you know, unique to our version or whatever. Apparently, and people have tested this with the Australian version, no less. When you buy, I say crystals. When you buy quartz and you go to spend quartz, any paid quartz is used first. So, example, when you go into a banner, and the banners, you know, can be paid or free to play, it will always use your paid quartz first. That means that if you farm up a certain amount of quartz, you will still have that quartz after you summon, so long as your paid quartz exceeds that. This is not a good thing. This is extremely bad, and honestly, if I'm completely honest here, this bodes really poorly for basically how they're going to handle the game. I can't imagine like a situation where that would actually be a good thing, because if you think about it, a lot of us that are free to play, or like, you know, I'm going to spend some money in the game, but I'm not going to spend a phenomenal sum, and I'm going to want to basically save, like in the other games we play right now, I save a lot of that paid currency more or less until I need it. So, or if, like, in some other games that we play, like, it just doesn't, like, you buy the currency, but there's no difference between the paid currency and the regular currency. So, it really sucks that your paid currency, which would be really precious for, like, guaranteed banners and things like that, is going to go first on even the free banners. I really hope they change that. I'm really, like, a bit worried about that implementation, because if you're not familiar, Nexon, who's releasing this in the United States version at least, has a tendency to mismanage games just a wee bit. So I am cautiously optimistic, but barring that, I'm really hyped for this game, really excited. As we get more information, I will definitely drop it on you guys. We'll know more hopefully really soon. Hopefully we get some updates here as to when the US version is dropping, but I wanted to come in here and talk about this while we did have actually some news leading up to the US release, and then maybe we'll talk about it here shortly as soon as I find a VPN. Maybe we can do some Australian version leading up to the US version. That's the video. Like, comment, share, all the good stuff. I'll catch you all guys all on the next one.